What's going on, everybody? I'm RSB and welcome back to another Bedrock Redstone tutorial video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 6 different double piston extenders. The double piston extenders will be 3 where they are not tileable, and then the next 3 will be tileable designs where you can tile them one after another. The 3 that I show you before are going to use less resources, so they're going to be a little bit easier to build in the beginning of the game. However, the tileable ones are going to use stuff like Observer, so if you don't have stuff like quartz and stuff inside your survival world yet, then they're going to be a little bit more difficult to build. However, I'll walk you through building all of them. These double piston extenders can be used in all sorts of different redstone contraptions, and most commonly they're going to be used indoors. You'll notice several of my doors will use them, especially like my 4x4 piston vault door. It's necessary for those to have the double piston extenders in order to function correctly. So they are just a very handy thing to know how to build. All of these double piston extenders that I am showing you are a flush mount design, which means that you cannot see any part of the double piston extender, and the one block that extends will extend a full 2 blocks. As always, all of the materials that you need to build these are going to be in the description below. So with that being said, let's jump into the tutorial. So the first double piston extender that I'm going to show you is this one right here. This one is a vertical double piston extender that extends upwards. You see, hitting the lever you get the full double piston extension, and hitting the lever you get the full double piston retraction. This is a flush mount double piston extender, meaning that there's no parts that protrude above the floor level, so you get your true double piston extension. To get started building this thing, you're going to need to mark out an area that is 5 blocks wide by 2 blocks deep, and you're going to find where you want to put your piston at. So in this location, this is where my double piston extender is going to be. So you want to place down a solid block that redstone could pass through, and then you want to place 2 sticky pistons on top of that, just like so. Next, you want to place the block that's going to be extended above those sticky pistons. Should look just like that. Once you've done that, you're going to come down to this bottom sticky piston, and on the right side, you're going to bring this out by 3. And then you're going to bring this down diagonally, just like so. So it should look just like that. After you've done that, you're going to place a solid block here, a solid block here, a temporary block here, and a solid block here. Remove your temporary block. Then you want to place one more solid block directly above in this location, and that's going to take care of all of your solid blocks and the framework of this. Next thing that you want to do is you're going to grab your repeaters, and you're going to place a repeater down here. Set this to 4 ticks delay, and then you're going to place 2 repeaters here. Set these on 4 ticks delay. Now you're going to grab your redstone dust and bring redstone dust down here on top of this block, going into this solid block here. And then you're going to connect redstone from that redstone dust to your redstone repeater here. Once you've done that, you're going to grab your redstone torches, and on the opposite side of this block here, you're going to place a redstone torch, and then you're going to place another redstone torch right here. The lower one should be lit, this upper one should be turned off. This is going to be our phase inverter. Once you've done that, you're pretty much done with this. Then you're just going to grab your lever. This needs to be powered from this redstone dust here. So place your lever here and go ahead and flip your lever to make sure that you get your double piston extension. And then hit your lever again to make sure it fully retracts. Depending on your build requirement, you can grab your solid blocks and build this all the way around. This is going to be a single double piston extender. Again, if you need a tileable one that goes up like this, there's going to be one on the end of the video. So that wraps it up for this one. Let's move on to the next. This next one is going to be a horizontal double piston extender. This one is only going to be 1 tall, but it is also 4 blocks wide. by 4 blocks wide, so it's pretty compact as well, and it's pretty light on the resources. You're only going to need a few repeaters, double piston extenders, solid blocks, some redstone dust, and a switch. So let's get started building this thing. To build this thing, you're going to find the wall that you need, where you're going to want to extend part of the wall out. For this demonstration, I'm going to use this block here that I have marked out, and then you're going to place down 2 sticky pistons facing into that block that you want to push out. So it should look just like that. Once you've done that, you're going to grab your repeaters and lay them all out. You're going to place a repeater here and a repeater here. These 2 repeaters you're going to leave on the standard 1-tick delay. You're going to place a repeater directly behind this rear piston. This is going to be on 4 ticks delay. A repeater here, skipping 1 block to the left. Set this on 4 ticks delay. And then you're going to go forward 2 blocks and set a repeater going into this front piston. Set that on 4 ticks delay as well. Next, you're going to take your solid block and place it to the left of the rear piston. And then you're going to connect this all up with redstone dust. Just be sure not to hit any of the redstone repeaters to change the timing on them. These 3 need to be on 4 ticks delay, these 2 need to be on 1 tick delay. Do not forget to put redstone dust here, or else it will not work. After you've done that, this concludes the tutorial for this double piston extender. You're just going to power your redstone dust, turn it on, and you'll get the full double piston extension. And then you can get the full double piston retraction, just like so. This again can be fully hidden inside of walls, and it is a complete flush design. That wraps it up for this tutorial for this double piston extender. Let's move on to the next. This next one that I'm going to be showing you is a double piston extender that extends towards the bottom. This one's going to be a little bit bigger than the other ones that we've built, but it's not too complicated, and I'll walk you right through it. This one, as you can see, fully extends and fully retracts. It is a completely flush mount double piston extender, so you're not going to have anything that's not hidden. This block is a different block texture just for demonstration purposes, but you can change this out to anything that you would like, and it still works the same. So to get started building this thing, you're going to need to mark out a 3 deep by 4 wide area, and you're going to want to mark this 2 blocks above the ground to where you want your double piston extender to come down. And then you want to decide what block you want to have it extend down. So once you figured that out, you're going to go to that block, which is marked out in netherite here for demonstration purposes, and you're going to take a solid block and build up by 3. Remove these 2 solid blocks, leaving the very top block, and then you're going to grab your 2 sticky pistons and face them straight down, just like so. Once you've done that, you're going to come to the left hand side of this sticky piston, place a block here, 2 blocks here, and 2 blocks here. So it should look just like that. This is going to take care of all of your framework. Now we're just going to set in the repeaters and set the timings. So grab your redstone repeaters, and you're going to place 2 redstone repeaters here, 1 here, and 1 here. Set both of these to a 4 tick delay. Place a repeater here, set this on 2 ticks delay. And then you're going to place a repeater here and set this on 4 ticks delay. So it should look just like that. Now you're going to take your redstone dust and wrap this around, going into this block here. Bring it over and up to this repeater. Bring it down to the left into this repeater, and then bring it left 1 more into this repeater here. In front of this repeater, you're going to place another piece of redstone dust. You can place a piece of redstone dust or a solid block here. For this demonstration, I'm just going to use redstone dust, and it'll go into the side of that double piston extender. Now you want to take your lever, place your lever down to where it powers this redstone dust, go ahead and hit the lever, make sure that you get the full double piston extension, and hitting the lever again, you should get your full double piston retraction. Just like so. So it should look just like this once it's all done. So again, your repeater timing, you're going to have these two set on 4 ticks each. The one to the left of those, you're going to have set on 2 ticks delay. The one on the top, you're going to have set to a 4 tick delay. And then redstone in all of these locations. That's going to wrap it up for this double piston extender. Let's move on to the next. These next double piston extenders are going to be a lot more practical for use if you're going to try to move some kind of wall or a multiple set of blocks, because they are tileable, which means that they can be built directly next to each other and not interfere with the one next to them. So let's get started building these. These are going to use a little bit more material and are going to require observers, which you're going to need quartz for. So they might be a little bit more difficult to build if you haven't already established a good survival world. So this one here is going to be your vertical double piston extender. This one's going to extend straight up. Again, all of these are going to be a flush mount design, which means you're not going to have any of these components showing. And hitting the lever will fully extend it and fully retract it. I've made these 3 as fast as possible. I don't think that the speed can really be increased anymore, and they are very quick. So in order to build this thing, it's going to be 1 wide, being tileable. You can see there's just the 1 here, or if you're wanting to tile them, this is 3 next to each other here. So hitting the lever, you get the full double piston extension and the full double piston retraction. To build this one, you're going to need an area marked out that's 1 wide by 7 blocks wide. And to get started building it, you want to go directly in the middle and place a solid block that redstone can pass through. Grab your sticky pistons and place down 2 sticky pistons facing up, just like so. And then place a solid block on top of it. Once you've done that, you're going to build out your framework. So you're going to place a solid block here, a temporary block here, solid block here, remove your temporary block, and then you're going to come to the right of these pistons, skip a block, place another solid block here, temporary block here, and a solid block directly on top, and remove the temporary block in the middle. Then you're going to come to the top on the very right side of the pistons, and place a block to the right of that block that's on top of the pistons, just like so. This is going to finish up the framework. Now you want to grab your piece of glass and place your piece of glass here. This piece of glass is necessary so the redstone doesn't power this block and power this lower piston, so it's very important that this is glass. After that, you want to set in your repeaters and set them in and time them. So grab your redstone repeaters, and you're going to start from this left side and place in 2 redstone repeaters, and both of these need to be set to a 4 tick delay, just like so. Go to the right of the stack of pistons. Once you've done that, you're going to go to this empty area to the right of the piston stack here and face a redstone repeater facing into this lower block directly underneath the pistons, and leave this on your standard 1 tick delay. Once you've done that, you're going to place a redstone repeater here, leave this on your standard 1 tick delay as well. If you're only building a single one of these, you can put redstone here. However, if you have redstone here, then the block will not be tileable. So if you're building more than 1 slice, you're going to have a repeater here. Again, just make sure that this is set on a 1 tick delay. Once you've done that, you can grab your redstone torches and place a redstone torch on this block here on the very top, and then come around to the left hand side and place another redstone torch here. This redstone torch is going to be our signal inverter to power this top piston. And then you want to grab your observer and make this observer standing next to these pistons face into this redstone torch here. You want this observer to monitor this redstone torch, so make sure that this observer is looking directly at the redstone torch. Once you've done that, you're just about done. The only thing left to do is to grab your redstone dust, and place 3 pieces of redstone dust here, and then place a piece of redstone dust on the opposite side, just like so. This is going to finish up the construction of this double piston extender. Let's go ahead and place a lever on it, turn it on, make sure it works. You'll get your double piston extension, and turn it off, and make sure that you get your full double piston retraction. If you are wanting more than one of these built, just go ahead and repeat this process for each individual slice as many times as you would like. With that being said, that finishes up this double piston extender. Let's move on to the next. So moving on, this is going to be my horizontal double piston extender. This one is again flush mount, and it is very quick extending, hitting the lever, very quick retracting. This is one of the tileable designs, meaning this is a 1x7 slice, and you can put as many of these next to each other as you would like. So to get started, what you want to do is you want to mark out a 1x7 wide area like you did the last time, and you want to go directly to the center again. So you should have 3 blocks on each side, and go ahead and break that center block. Then you want to break the 2 blocks directly to the left of those. Grab your redstone repeater and place the redstone repeater to the right, facing into these 3 blocks. Set this on 2 ticks delay. Then you want to grab your redstone dust and place 2 pieces of redstone directly behind it. Once you've done that, grab your observer, and you want to place a observer facing into this redstone repeater, observing it. So to do that, you want to crouch, jump, and place an observer. Be sure not to change the timing on this repeater. It needs to stay on a 2-tick delay. Make sure that your observer has the arrow facing up, with the face facing down, observing this repeater. After you've done that, you want to grab your solid blocks and place 2 solid blocks over top of both of those pieces of redstone. Then you want to come on top of this observer and place a solid block on top, just like that. You want to skip 2 blocks to the right, and on the 3rd block, place down a solid block here, a solid block on top of that one, another solid block on top of that one, and 1 to the left. So it should look just like that. Then you want to grab your sticky pistons, and on this block, directly above this observer, you want to face 2 sticky pistons coming out of it, facing forwards, just like that. Grab your redstone repeaters, and under this front piston here, you're going to place a repeater facing towards the right, going into this bottom block. Leave this on the standard 1-tick delay, and place a piece of redstone dust directly behind it. Grab your repeaters again, and you're going to place a repeater behind this block that's directly behind this back piston, facing in, and you want to leave this on a standard 1-tick delay, and then place another redstone repeater on this lower block all the way to the left of the area that you're building on. Grab your redstone dust, and you're going to place a piece of redstone dust here, a piece of redstone dust here. You're going to grab your observer, place a observer facing down, observing this rear piston, with a piece of redstone dust on top of it. You're going to power this from this back repeater here. So go ahead and place a switch down, turn it on, and you can see you get your full double piston extension, and turn it off and you get your full double piston retraction. These again are completely tileable, so you can place as many of these next to each other as you would like. That's going to wrap it up for this double piston extender. Let's move on to the last one. This last double piston extender is going to be another vertical double piston extender. However, instead of extending upwards, this one's going to extend downwards. This one is again going to be completely tileable. You can place as many of these next to each other as you would like. To go ahead and demonstrate this, go ahead and hit the lever. You get the full double piston extension. And turning off the lever, you get the full double piston retraction. Being tileable, these can be set next to each other. You get the full double piston extension and the full double piston retraction. So what you want to do is you want to mark out an area that is going to be 1 wide by 8 blocks wide, and then you're going to come up by 2 blocks And on the third block, you're going to lay down 7 blocks all the way across, just like that. And in the very center of those 7 blocks, you are going to place down the 1 block that you want to be extended outwards. This should have a 2-block gap from the ground and your platform. After you've done this, you want to go above the block that you want extended out and come up by 3. You're going to leave this top block here and remove the 2 blocks underneath it, leaving that 1 block floating. You're going to come down to ground level, grab your sticky pistons, and face 2 sticky pistons facing straight down towards the ground, just like so. Once you've done that, you're going to lay out all of your framework. So come all the way to the left hand side. You're going to place a temporary block here with a solid block to the left. Remove your temporary block. A temporary block on top with a solid block to the right. Remove your temporary block. Another temporary block on top with a solid block to the right. Remove your temporary block. And again, a temporary block on top, solid block on the right. Remove your temporary block. Should be staggered going up at an angle like that. You're going to come to this top piston here, and you're going to place a solid block to the left, and then you're going to place a temporary block to the right of it, a solid block to the right of that one, and remove your temporary block. Then you want to come to that block that you just placed, go down 1 and to the right, and place down another solid block, just like so. The last block that you want to place is going to be at this bottom piston here on the right hand side, and place 1 down. So the framework should look just like that. After you've done that, you want to go ahead and grab your observers and come to this top piston here. To the right of it, you want to place a observer in this little opening, observing this piston here on the top. So go ahead and face a observer facing into that top piston. Make sure that this arrow is facing towards the right hand side. That way this observer is watching this piston here. Then you want to come to the very top here and place down a temporary block, another temporary block, break the lower temporary block that you've placed, and then you're going to face a observer facing up with the arrow pointing straight down. Go ahead and remove that temporary block. At this time, the observer will fire and shoot that block out. That's not a problem. Once we finish constructing this, it will fix itself. Once you've done that, you want to go ahead and grab your redstone repeaters, and you want to place a redstone repeater all the way to the left hand side on this block here, facing towards those pistons. And you want to set this on a 2-tick delay. And you want to come to the gap that is to the right of this bottom piston. Place a repeater here, facing in towards that block, towards the pistons. And then you're going to leave this on the standard 1-tick delay. Then you're going to come up to this gap here and face a repeater towards the right, facing into this block directly above these pistons. Leave this on the standard 1-tick delay. And then you're going to place a repeater here on top of this observer. Set this to 4-tick delay. So it should look just like that. Once you've done that, you want to go ahead and grab your redstone dust. Come all the way here to the left hand side and place redstone dust here and here, connecting this repeater to this piston. Then you want to come to the left and place redstone dust here, 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 and here. And then you want to come down to the bottom, skip this solid block, and place redstone dust here. This redstone dust here is going to connect this observer's output to this block, which is in turn going to power that repeater. So it should look just like that. Once you've done that, that wraps up this tutorial for this double piston extender. The only thing left to do is place the switch here and go ahead and turn it on. You should have your full double piston extension, and then turn it off. You should get your full double piston retraction, just like that. Again, this design is completely tileable. You can place as many of these next to each other as you would like, and they will all function together. So that about wraps up this Bedrock Redstone tutorial. If you guys like this video, then go ahead and smash that like button for me. If you guys really like this video and you want to see more videos like it, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the bell notification. That way you get notified each and every time I upload a new video. As always, if you guys have any comments, please leave a comment below. If you get stuck, comment below. I'll help you guys out as best as I can. If you guys have any recommendations on redstone projects that you want to see built, then leave a comment below, and I will see about making a tutorial for it. Thank you guys so much for watching.